strawberry lemonade, and we're gonna need 2 sriracha sauces. That's it.
All right, it's $4.97 on the first one and $9.68 on the second.
Hello everybody, my name is Dylan, and this is my good friend Brennan. It's been a long time since Brennan and I have gone on an adventure together, but this time we're going to Linville Gorge, and also here to test out and to review we have the Fuji X-T20. So I'm going to be reviewing this product as we go, and my intentions are not to give you a really in-depth technical review about that. There's tons of other people on YouTube that do that way better than I can. I'm going to give you a review of this product in the context of adventure photography and how a smaller mirrorless camera like this might fit into my workflow. It's kind of an experiment, and it's kind of just a test just to see how well I enjoy using a camera like this. So anyway, do you have anything else to say?
I don't think so. Let's hit it.
All right, let's go. Brennan and I just finished up eating at Joey's Bagels. Had a really, really good meal inside. So now let's take a second to talk about the gear that we are using on this trip. So here we've got the X-T20. Big shout out to Best Buy for hooking me up with this camera for the weekend. And it came with a 16-50, just a standard kit lens, which I wasn't really thrilled with. So another big shout out to my good friend Evan Lewis. Go follow him on Instagram. He let me borrow his 16-55 f2.8. So that's kind of the more professional zoom lens, and so far it feels great. Unfortunately, the balance between the two of them isn't really that good. The camera is really small and lightweight, and this lens is very much not. So that's kind of unfortunate. What have I noticed so far? Well, what I've noticed so far right as of now is that the grip on this camera, well, there is no grip. And that's really unfortunate, especially considering how big this lens is. You really need something to grab onto, and it's just not here.
Funnel.
All right, we just moved the cooler from the roof to the back, simply because this is like some of the most washboard I've ever seen in a row. It's kind of ridiculous, but there's adventure ahead to be had. Alright, so we're hiking in really, really unideal conditions. I left my gloves back.
Is unideal a word?
Yeah, I believe so. I left my gloves at Brennan's place, so I'm wearing my work gloves that I keep in the car.
I left my gloves at my place too.
So he's just out of luck, I guess. Alright, so we just did a quick hike over to Wiseman's View. You didn't see any of it because we didn't see any of it either. We it's just a really short hike just from the parking lot here over to the overlook. Completely fogged over, absolutely nothing to see at all. So we decided to come back, and honestly, just given the weather conditions, I think we're going to try to find an easier route for today. Just try to find something interesting to do. I think we're going to drive into town and see what we can find. But I figured I'd give a couple thoughts on the X-T20 while I'm at it here. So probably my biggest concern overall with this camera as an adventure photographer tool is really just the build quality of it, and it really feels kind of like just a cheap plasticky toy. I'm sorry, all you Fuji people are gonna hate me for this, but it really feels cheap compared to the X-T2 that I've used before. This thing it's not even in the same ballpark. So with that, given the weather we've had today, honestly I don't feel comfortable shooting with it outside at all. Now that's not the case with this lens. This lens is a complete tank. So there's no doubt in my mind that it's completely fine, but I'm just really nervous to use the camera. All right, so we're, Brennan, do you remember the name of this store?
We just saw hunting and fishing supplies and came in here. And the upstairs is all just food, so it's just like marshmallows and crap like that. And then we found out that there's a downstairs and it has all of this. Everything from new camping supplies to a small Goodwill. So. And motor oil.
And another thing I'm going to mention on the account of the X-T20 is I'm filming right now. So as you can see, the video footage, actually, it looks really good. I'm really pleased with the video footage. But you'll notice that the audio is terrible, and that's because, thank you, Fuji, for including a 2.5mm mic jack, and not 3.5mm like everybody else.
Darn it, Fuji.
All right, so we just got done inside the little shop. Yeah, so we bought some little glass soda bottles, as you can see here. And part of what I do as an adventure photographer is taking like lifestyle-ish photos, you know, portraits with products and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to put the X-T20 to the task now. So we're just going to get some shots of Brennan here drinking the soda here with the snow and the really cool shop in the background. I think it'll be good. All right, let's bang out some shots. We really picked up a lot of slush back there on that road. Tons of buildup back there. Status update. My voice is pretty much completely gone. So we're in the town of Forest City, and I think we're gonna go in and try to find some sort of local Chinese place. We're going on a real adventure. We didn't have an adventure earlier today with the way the weather was, so we're doing our adventure now. And also, they got some pretty cool Christmas lights set up in the downtown, so I think we're gonna go in and take some photos both with the D750 and the X-T20. So yeah, should be fun. Let's go do it. Wow, we are really in for it right now. This is really sketchy.
So when we're researching where to go to eat, Dylan pulls up pictures on TripAdvisor for China Hibachi. And one of the pictures, which gave us great comfort, was the fact that they had a 98 health rating. And Dylan just noticed that their health rating has dropped since then. It's a 97 now.
Yeah, we shouldn't be concerned,
but I don't think I'm gonna get the triple delight with garlic sauce anymore.
A little bit of chicken, a little bit of rice.
And
It's good.
oh.
It reminds me of the mall, which is great. Are we sure?
Alright, so as is pretty obvious, most of our attempts yesterday to review the camera in a good setting were pretty much completely unsuccessful. But we're going to fix that. Today we're going to Little Bradley Falls, and we're going to give our best attempt at giving the X-T20 a really good chance and see how well it performs in like a more landscape type of setting. So we just got done here at the Quality Inn here in Forest City. Shout out to them. They didn't give us a free room, but really actually a good rate and a good room. So now we're just gonna hop into Leslie and got about a 30-minute drive, and hopefully we'll actually get to see something and not just a bunch of fog this time. And also my voice is no better today, so. Alright, so after, well, basically a completely failed adventure, literally every single aspect of our plan was a failure. We tried to go to the waterfall, but the creek was too high to cross, so we couldn't make it. But anyway, so I still got the chance to try out the X-T20 in a variety of different scenarios. To summarize my thoughts in regards to using this camera as an adventure photography tool, I guess the question to ask is, could I use this for the work I do? And I gotta say, at least this particular camera, I don't think I could do it. Now, give me the X-T2 or X-T3, maybe the X-H1, the more higher end models, specifically the ones that are built to a better quality. I could probably make that work with no problem, but this one, I'm gonna have to pass. Honestly, it just feels like a cheap toy to me, and the whole time we were out in the rain and the cold and stuff, I treated it like a fragile child the entire time. And that's just not what I want in a camera. I love my Nikon D750 because it's an absolute tank. The entire time it was getting soaked and drenched the entire time we were out hiking, whereas this was kept in the bag, and there's a reason for that. I trust my D750. I wouldn't trust this. In terms of image quality and the performance, I'm actually really pleased with the camera. Of course, Fuji's all about their classic, manual dials and stuff like that. It's really nice. It would definitely take me some time to get used to, but I could definitely find myself enjoying that in the future. Autofocus was great. I didn't have any gripes or complaints about the autofocus. I don't think it's quite as good as my Nikon is, but it's still, it would suit the job perfectly well. And then finally, my biggest gripe and complaint with this camera is unfortunately just the ergonomics of it. This camera has no grip. It just, I mean, look at this. If you take this lens off, you can see there's literally no grip at all. On the back, they put a little thumb tab there to put your thumb on, but honestly, it doesn't help. I've been scared to drop it the entire time, especially with a big lens like this. This camera would be better suited with some small prime lenses. So overall, I wasn't too thrilled with the ergonomics of it. So would I recommend somebody buy this? Not really. I wouldn't. At $800, I think there's a lot better options. If you're looking for a good video camera, you should definitely look into like the Panasonic G85. It's going to be built way better, have some better video specs, actually have a grip on it, and it's going to be pretty much the same price as this. And if you're looking for a good Fuji camera just to shoot stills with, I'd recommend just save an extra paycheck or two and get the X-T2 because it's a better camera in every single way. So anyway, that wraps up my time with the X-T20. Once again, another thanks to Best Buy for loaning out the camera to me, and another big thanks to Evan Lewis for the lens. I did enjoy shooting with it. It is a fun camera to use. A fun camera, but still flawed. That would be my final summary of the camera. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.